Ever stop and wonder how we did it? How this one kind of unimpressive species of ape went from being a nobody on the African savanna to, well, the ruler of the entire planet? We're going to dive into Yuval Noah Harari's Sapiens to figure out the one incredible secret that made all of this possible. Just look at this. This handprint is 30,000 years old. It's a voice from a deep, deep past, and all it's saying is, I was here. The person who left this mark was part of a species that was right on the edge of doing something absolutely insane, taking over the world. So the real question is, how on earth did they pull it off? Because, for most of our history, we were nothing special at all. I mean, for millions of years, our ancestors were just stuck, right in the middle of the food chain. We weren't the fastest, we definitely weren't the strongest, we mostly just lived in fear, and we were great at scavenging leftovers from actual predators. To be blunt, we were nobodies. So what gives? How does a creature like that just leap to the very top of the food chain so fast that the entire ecosystem, and even our own minds, had zero time to adjust? Well, that's the big mystery we're going to unravel here. Okay, so the first clue is a secret that we've kind of tried to forget. We really like to think of ourselves as the only humans, the pinnacle of evolution. But the truth is, for almost all of our history, Earth was home to several different human species. We had brothers and sisters. That's right. About 100,000 years ago, there were at least 6 different species of humans sharing the planet. The weird thing isn't that there were lots of human species back then. The weird thing is that there's only one of us now. So let's meet some of the family. Over in Europe, you had the Neanderthals, stockier, more muscular than us. Way out east in Asia, Homo erectus managed to survive for an unbelievable 2 million years. 2 million! And there were others too. Tiny, hobbit-like humans on islands, and other species we barely know anything about, discovered from just a single bone. And this, of course, leads to a much darker question. If there were so many other humans, where did they all go? Because there's a chilling pattern. Pretty much as soon as Homo sapiens arrived somewhere new, the local humans went extinct. So why were we the only ones left standing? What was our secret weapon? The answer, according to Harari, is something called the cognitive revolution. About 70,000 years ago, something absolutely incredible happened. But it wasn't a change to our bodies or our tools. The revolution took place inside our heads. So the main theory is that some kind of accidental genetic mutation literally rewired the Sapiens brain. Harari calls it the tree of knowledge mutation. It just unlocked completely new ways of thinking, and most importantly, a whole new kind of language. And the results? Well, they were dramatic. Just 40,000 years after this revolution starts, our closest cousins, the Neanderthals, are just gone. So what was so special about this new language? I mean, it wasn't just about warning your friends about a lion or gossiping about the neighbors, though it was definitely good for that too. No, our unique trick, our secret weapon, was the ability to talk about things that don't exist at all. And this just perfectly illustrates the difference, right? Any animal can communicate. Careful, a lion. That's just describing reality. But only Homo sapiens can say, the lion is the guardian spirit of our tribe. That's not real. It's a story, a fiction that exists only in our shared imagination. And check this out. This is one of the earliest pieces of solid evidence we have for this superpower. It's called the Lion Man. It's a 32,000-year-old sculpture with a human body and a lion's head. The person who carved this could not only imagine something that wasn't real, but they could communicate that impossible idea to others. I mean, isn't that just incredible? And this ability to believe in stories is what allows for cooperation on a scale no other animal can touch. As Harari puts it so brilliantly, you could never convince a monkey to give you a banana today by promising him endless bananas in monkey heaven. But humans, we do that kind of thing all the time. Our belief in shared stories, myths, religions, laws, that's what lets us work together. So here's the crucial link. See, most social animals hit a limit. You can't really have a stable group bigger than about 150 individuals because you just can't know everyone personally. But if you all believe in the same common myth, a tribal spirit, a god, a nation, suddenly sapiens could cooperate flexibly with thousands, even millions of total strangers. And that was the key to world domination. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Okay, tribal spirits, guardian lions, that all sounds pretty ancient. But this superpower is the very foundation of our modern world. And to see how, let's take a look at a modern legend, the car company Peugeot.
We've all seen this logo, right? The Peugeot lion. It's an icon for a company we think we know. But have you ever really stopped and asked yourself,
What even is Peugeot? I mean, really, is it the cars, the factories, the people who work there? If you had to physically point to the company, where would you point? Well, here's the wild thing. It's none of those things. If every single Peugeot car in the world was destroyed tomorrow, the company would still exist. It could fire every employee, sell every factory, and it would still be Peugeot. It could borrow money and just rebuild. The company itself has no real connection to the physical world. See, Peugeot is what lawyers call a legal fiction. It's an imagined reality. It exists only because we have all agreed to believe in the story of the law, a story that says if you do the right paperwork, a new thing called a corporation just springs into existence. It's just a story, but it has immense real-world power. And this is exactly why it matters. Believing in this shared story called Peugeot lets 200,000 strangers all over the globe cooperate to achieve a common goal. They don't have to be friends. They don't have to be family. They just have to believe in the same fiction. This is our ancient superpower, operating right now, building the world all around us. So, ever since the cognitive revolution, we sapiens have been living in this dual reality. On one hand, you've got objective reality, things you can actually touch, like rivers, trees, and lions. But then, layered right on top of that is our imagined reality, full of things that only exist in our collective minds, gods, nations, and corporations. And here is the absolutely staggering conclusion. Over time, our imagined reality has become even more powerful than objective reality. Today, the very survival of real rivers, real trees, and real lions depends almost entirely on the goodwill of imagined things like the United States or Google. Our ability to tell stories and believe in them together is what took us from the middle of the food chain to the masters of the planet. These fictions built our cities, our nations, our entire civilization. And that leaves us with one final crucial question. What story are we going to tell next?